Hey everybody, welcome to J Stern Designs. Today I have a fun little thing to share with you. The ladies from the Confident Stitch in Missoula, Montana contacted me a week ago and asked if I'd like to review their swatch service. If you guys are not familiar with the Confident Stitch, it's a brick and mortar store in Missoula, Montana, and they also have a really nice website. And one of the things they offer is a swatch service 4 times a year. So every 3 months you get a cool and warm toned curated collection of 8 swatches. So I thought it would be really fun to share these with you. And also to add to the excitement, I picked my favorite from each collection and I'll show you. I've already made one of the projects, and then the second project is going to be a sew along. So wait for that in a couple minutes, but let's start by opening these cards. All right, so let's take a look. When you open it up, there's a wonderful picture of Kate. I actually had a chance to meet her. She came over to do some jean fitting many, many moons ago before she opened the store. Lovely, lovely lady. Also very talented. This is the cool tones, and there are 8 different fabrics here. So let's start at the top. This is a freestyle rayon and emerald, and if we lift up the swatch, it tells us about it. This is 100% rayon. Do not hand wash or hang dry. Wash and dry in the machine or dry clean. Use a 70/10 sharp needle. More slippery than cotton. Consider using a walking foot. All right, so, and they even suggest a pattern. So they suggest the Sew House 7 Tea House dress for this fabric. The next one is capri linen knit in ivory. It's 100% linen, 15% stretch lengthwise, 50% crosswise, dry clean or hand wash and hang dry. They suggest an 11 stretch needle, and the pattern that they are suggesting for this is the Jaylee pleated cardigan. This is kind of fun. Let's take a look at this. This is the Bloomin' Groovy matte laminate. Okay, so this is 100% organic cotton with polyurethane coating, machine wash, hang dry. Use a size 12 universal needle, and it's the suggested pattern for that one is the Closet Core Kelly jacket. That's cool. All right, now here's one that's right up my alley, the Mandalay Performance Knit in Teal. So this is 80 nylon, 20 spandex, 80% lengthwise and 70% crosswise stretch. Warm, wash, and hang dry. Use a stretch needle, either an 11 or a 14, and polyester thread. And they suggest the Jaylee Stella leggings. All right, and then we have Mammoth Organic Flannel in Aqua. Oh, this is really nice. It's got a almost like a double, it feels like a pretty hefty weight. It's 100% cotton flannel, machine wash and dry. Use a size 10 sharp needle, a little heavier than most shirt weight fabrics. And they suggest Thread Theory Eastwood pajamas. That's very cool. That would make cozy pajamas. And then we have a double gauze. This 100% cotton, machine wash and dry, size 10 needle, 2 layers of fabric, so use a walking foot. And they're suggesting Wardrobe by Me Whisper Blouse. That's pretty. Okay. Coffee Hassett Shot Cotton and Opal, 100% cotton, a machine wash and dry, size 8 needle. So you want to use a small needle for this. And they're recommending the Haley top from Grainline, and it can also be used for quilting, they say here. And then Essex yarn dyed linen in berry. Let's see, 155% linen, 45% cotton, machine wash and dry, size 12 or 14 needle, will shrink and soften after wash. They have more colors on their website, so make sure you check that out. And they suggest the Sewing Workshop Urban Pants. So that's very cool. And then you'll see on the left-hand side of this, it's a trifold, they have the flat drawings of all the patterns they suggested. So you can get a sort of a look at what they're suggesting. I think that's really helpful when you're looking at swatches. If, there's a suggestion as to what pattern it might be good for, that really helps you when you're making a selection. Now, of these fabrics, can you guess which one I picked to work with? I picked the Mandalay Performance Knit in teal, and I can show you what it looks like. Let me show you what I did here. Obviously, the minute I saw that, I wanted to make a pair of my yoga pants. So I did, and I will tell you they are very, very comfortable. I did a yoga pants waistband, and then to finish the hems, I did little bands. I cut a 5-inch wide piece of fabric, folded in half. Makes it, a little bit wider than 2 inches finished. I was wearing these yesterday, super comfortable, and it's got some shine and some slipperiness to it. So they're really comfortable to wear because they don't stick together. I'm going to be wearing these quite a bit. And let me just open them up so you can see. And this will give you a better idea of what the actual fabric looks like. It's got some pretty lavender circles in addition to the teals and the black. Very, very pretty. Now let's look at the warm tone card. So again, you've got your pattern suggestions and you've got the swatches. And we'll start with this one. This is the Capri Linen Knit in Coral, 100% linen, and 15 lengthwise, 50% crosswise stretch, dry cleaner, hand wash and dry, size 11 needle. And if you remember, I think there was, so this linen here, this ivory color, same fabric, but in a coral. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then we have the Dana Cotton Modal Knit in Soft Peach. I will tell you, modal knit is one of my favorite knits to wear, for long sleeve tops in the winter, because they're cool, they're breathable, and I don't get overheated in them. So this is a really pretty soft peach color, 55% cotton, 45% modal rayon. I hope I'm saying that correctly. 50% lengthwise and 20% cross grain stretch. Machine wash and dry, it shrinks. And of course, anytime you hear the word rayon, assume something's going to shrink a noticeable amount, because rayon does shrink. So you want to definitely pre-wash this before you cut it out. Then we have Brussels washer linen in pear. This is a really pretty color. 55% linen, 45% rayon, machine wash and dry, size 12 needle. Pre-wash before cutting, and they suggest the True Bias Emerson pants. I forgot to say, this knit, they suggest the Christine Johnson shirred top, and here they suggest the Jaylee Ella reverse top. So I'm sorry, I forgot to mention those. Then we have this really cool designer plaid stretch voile in multi-color. It's a cotton lycra blend, machine wash and dry, size 10 sharp needle. It's dead stock from a designer collection. It's 45 inches wide. So Def, the Gosling PDF button-up is what they're recommending as a pattern for that. And that looks like a really kind of classic short sleeve shirt with a button placket and a yoke in the back. Oh, it looks like there's a yoke in the front too. That's kind of cool. All right, let's do the top row. We have the Birch Solid Interlock Knit in Honey, 95% organic cotton, 5% elastane, 50% crosswise and 20% lengthwise stretch, machine wash and dry, size 14 stretch needle. Use polyester thread in a narrow zigzag to assure seams will stretch. And then it says see website for more colors. There's more colors available in this. They're suggesting the Jaylee Romy sweater or tunic, and tunic. Oh, that's kind of cool. They have a long and short version. It looks like it's a raglan sleeve tunic. That's kind of cool. If there was real rayon in white, this is 100% rayon. Do not hand wash or line dry. Machine wash on warm and machine or dry clean. Size 10 sharp needle. More slippery than cotton, so take your time and consider using a walking foot. I love these little tips. That's really, really helpful. They're suggesting Jaylee, Michelle, tank, and dress. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, it's like a tank or a tank with a gathered skirt. That would be pretty in that. All right. And then the iCat woven canvas in lemongrass and pink. Now, this swatch doesn't have any of the lemongrass or pink color in it, but I have good news for you. This is the fabric I picked from this collection, and I will show it to you in a minute. But let me just tell you about it. It's 100% cotton, machine wash and dry, size 14 denim needle. May need to purchase extra for pattern matching. See websites for other colorway. It's 60 wide, and they're suggesting the Merchant and Mills Harleen dungarees. And then finally, Cloud 9 Tuliptopia matte laminate. And I think this is similar to the laminate on this card over here, the Bloom and Groovy. 100% organic cotton with polyurethane coating, machine wash dry. Size 12 needle, press only on cotton side with low heat, suggesting the Merchant and Mills parka. All right, so those are the warm tone swatches. And just some more information about the swatch service. They tell you that any combination of these curated fabrics and suggested patterns will set you up for spring. And they remind you to peek under the swatch so you can see the information about each swatch. So all in all, I think this is a really nice, this is almost like getting a little Christmas card or holiday card in the mail every 3 months, because you get a little pop of color. You get to feel and pet the swatches, which I think is super important when you're picking out fabric. I think this is a really cool swatch service. All right, so now let me show you. This is super exciting. Here is my fabric that I picked, and if I open it up, you can really see all the different colors. And when I was looking at the swatches, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this fabric was the beach. So next Sunday, if you would like to join me, I am going to do a beach tote sew along. And I'm going to make the tote using a yard of this fabric. And then you'll need a yard of lining. And you'll also need a contrasting, this is probably 1/3 of a yard for the band around the top. Okay, so I'm going to be working with these 3 fabrics. And these other 2 fabrics also came from the Confident Stitch. Doesn't that look pretty together? So this will be the outside of the bag, and then there'll be lining. All right, so if you'd like to join me for the Beach Tote Sew Along next Sunday, click the link below to download the, to go get the free pattern and instructions to make the beach tote. And I'll see you next week at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time to work on that. So I'm super excited about that. So I have to say, this whole thing with reviewing the swatch cards, which I heartily endorse. I think they are very well made. I think the fabrics they picked are very nicely collected and picked out. The fact that they give you pattern options, so it sort of sparks your creativity in terms of how you're going to use these fabrics. I think it's very, very cool. So there's also a link to the Confident Stitch below here. So if you're interested in signing up for the swatch service, you'll have all of this information. So actually, I hope you sign up with them to get the very cool swatch cards. And then I hope you join me next Sunday for the Beach Tote Sew Along. So I hope you enjoyed this fun little review. And I will have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.